I thought we played well. There was a couple of mental lapses in the first half, but we answered correctly in the second half, and I thought we deserved honestly at least a point out of that game. It's disappointing. It's an honor to make my debut for this team. The atmosphere is crazy. The fans are amazing, but we let them down today, and hopefully we can remedy that Tuesday.
Open up for questions.
Chris, of course, any players waiting for opportunity on the bench. Was it what you expected? Was it more? Was it you would have liked to be in a better position with 11 players on your side? How do you feel coming in?
As professionals, you got to do what you got to do. And when the coach calls on you, it's your opportunity to shine. And whether it's down a man like we were today, or up 11, up 3 goals, or with 11 guys in the field, up 3 goals. I just wanted to come in and do my job, and I thought I brought a little spark. And it's unfortunate that we didn't get the win, but I thought we played well in the second half.
You really did seem to open it up a little bit on that right side when you came in. What did you see that allowed you to do that? Were you just finding spaces that weren't there before you came in, or was there something that you were exploiting that you kind of maybe noticed from the bench?
We've been working a lot on getting down the line and whipping crosses in, and taking players one-on-one in training this past, since I've been here. And, I saw a lot of space. I saw a lot of, opportunities to take my defender on. There was only one guy there. So if you beat him, there's a lot of space in behind him. So that's what I was looking for, is to get into that space and get across him.
Michael, as the captain of the team, how do you get the guys back up in the locker room and get ready for a game in just a couple more days?
I think a lot of it goes on individuals. Part of the game is losing maturity, and to be a pro, you have to turn these things around. I think guys have to look at themselves very seriously and realize the mistakes we made, and we can't be selfish to say, what can I do to help the team? So everyone has to be better. I'd say the majority of the guys failed, especially in the first half. And moving forward, every individual has to be better. The result tonight wasn't acceptable. I think Bethlehem was a good squad, but I think our boys failed, just all in all. So some critical thinking for themselves and move forward.
Putting aside the time that you guys played with the 10 players, which is a long time, the team looked a lot better with 10 than it did with 11. Your thoughts about that?
Funny. Ironic. When the team goes a man down, it's funny how the team can really build together or work together, and just the camaraderie can build something. Guys will yell at each other, things like that, but if you don't do your job, it sticks out even more. So accountability is even more whenever there's 10 guys on the field, and you don't want to let the guy down next to you. What was also interesting is, I think whenever we went 10 men down, you saw guys that were more willing to attack and drive. And so instead of taking all the pressure, I think we were taking it more to them and exploiting their weaknesses. But the field was very open in the first half. That was to our fault. But the second half, guys finally started having a bite to them. And to take 45 minutes to do that, and why don't we do it from the start? So I think you look at all around, we can be better going forward. A center back, left back scored our goal. And what does that say about that? We're producing chances, plenty of chances, so why aren't we scoring? There needs to be a bite, and I don't think it's good enough from just the general guys to go forward.
From a game like tonight's, going forward, like you said, what part of the game is the one that actually the team needs to take part of for this run to the playoffs?
We talk about mentality a lot, and that's being a pro. You have some young guys, you have some old guys, and the guys who are consistent, you can see every game. But the mentality from the start, I think, needs to be better. It takes us a half or halfway through the first half to finally get in it, and that's just too long. Especially at this level, other teams will take advantage of you. So, looking back, looking forward, the mentality leading in to the game just has to be more cutthroat.
Chris, joining a team at this point in the year, obviously, you've already completed a different season. What do you observe things almost as an outsider and kind of see areas that you can fill in that maybe the team is distinctly lacking, or do you feel like kind of another cog in the machine? How does it feel to come in at this point in the season, during a playoff push towards the end here?
I mean, it's definitely something new, you know, for me to come in this late into the season with a team, you know, that it's got a bunch of good group of guys. But, you know, they made me feel at home right away. You know, I know a lot of the guys from the past. You know, I played with Reed last year. And, you know, they just brought me in and treated me as one of their own. So I was able to, you know, come in and kind of mesh together with the guys, you know, from day one. And, you know, looking in, you know, as a player, I want to get forward. I want to attack. You know, that's why they brought me in here, is to get forward, score goals. So, I mean, I'm always looking forward to getting behind lines, you know, running out players, you know, creating opportunities. And, you know, hopefully, you know, in this playoff run, I can continue to do that and, you know, hopefully get a couple results for the team.
For either one of you, we were talking amongst ourselves after the game that this team seems to be learning lessons every single game. Should we expect you guys to actually work with the lessons already learned, or is the team going to be learning some more while they look for the playoffs?
That's a great question. Yeah, okay. I think that's a challenge for everyone. I think we have a lot of versatility. We have a lot of players that come in and are supposed to make a difference. So can they learn from our mistakes? Can they learn from the guy who's in that position? That being said, the guys who are in the position, even with the change of formation, I agree. There should be no excuses with these results. And why are we redoing things that we learned the third or fourth game of the season? It doesn't make sense. And just professionalism overall needs to be better to not relearn that, but to keep building and moving forward. So to answer your question, I think some of the players have grasped it. I think others are trying to stay with it and stay in it. But I think the professionalism overall can be better in that department specifically. And hopefully we can keep moving forward. I mean, from the beginning of the season until now, we have gotten better. But I think if we want to be a playoff team, we have to continually keep those lessons in the back of our head and keep moving forward, which is, I think, a challenge in itself. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully players are up to the task.